you've been in deep playoff series before in your career. When you get this far, how much of it is just being less creative and sticking to the simple things and making sure you nail those before you try to do anything
recording in progress
creative offensively?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with that. I do believe that, when you get to this point, you always look at, at winning teams and what do they do, and they buckle down and they do the little things consistently in the right way and just get to it. A lot of times we're looking for different answers, different things, but if we're solid, if we do what we need to do, that puts us in the best position.
Brian on the left.
Al, I feel like I've seen your dad at most, if not all, the games home and road, and I know you've had your son with you a lot of times. What's the experience of this with so much family around, like in this playoff run, been like?
Man, it's been great for me. Very, very. I feel very, grateful to have, my dad, with me at the games, just around, just somebody that has played the game before, obviously not in this stage, but just has played the game. He understands, basketball, and then my son, he's so into, just everything. And it's just so fun to watch him, wanting to be in the locker room after the games, come up here and do media with me, getting on the court. It's really like, woken up his love for the game. He's always loved basketball, but like now it's even more. So just to share these moments, it's been really nice for me, to share this time with my family.
Do you want to relive and talk more about the game after the game, or is that what happens when you guys have with you and your dad and you and your son?
So my dad will make he'll send me like a voice note, like, or comment about the game, just something briefly. And my son, he'll usually talk, ask me questions and things like that. He's usually more concerned about, do I get to go on this trip, or, what hotel are we staying in? Like, that's I guess it's not so much basketball, to your question. The one that I actually talk to about basketball is my wife. So, my wife, she knows what it is. So her and I will sit there, at dinner, and usually we talk about it. She's the person that I kind of, that I'm able to talk to, and she gives me some perspective, and we have a good dinner, and then that's that.
Question on the right.
Yeah. You had talked after the game about all the squabbling with the officiating and how that might have gotten in the way a little bit. I mean, are you guys having that conversation now? And what can you do to cut back on that?
Yeah, no, we, to your point, Mark, we addressed it. And we understand that we have to move past it. Officials are not perfect at the end of the day. And we just need to go out there and focus on us, on what we need to do. And I believe that the group understands that, and that's our intention.
Next question here in the middle.
Omar Guzmán, Virus Deportivo. Consciente que ustedes están debajo en la serie 3-2 y que en algo más de 24 horas ustedes enfrentan un partido de eliminación. ¿Qué le dice un veterano como tú a sus compañeros más jóvenes tratando de buscar motivarlos?
Sí, más que nada, yo le digo al grupo que tenemos que tener perspectiva de las cosas. Tú sabes, nosotros estamos en una posición que es muy especial. Y estamos en unas finales de NBA y todavía estamos vivos, no hemos sido eliminados. Tenemos una gran oportunidad enfrente de nosotros, y es salir y jugar el juego de la forma que lo hemos venido haciendo por la mayoría del año. Hemos tenido un par de juegos malos, pero nosotros entendemos que si jugamos en conjunto y la defensa apretamos un poco más defensivamente, sentimos que vamos a estar en buena posición para ganar ese juego de mañana.
Question from John on the right.
Al, at the end of practice there, you guys are going through the drills, but Marcus is kind of like dancing a little bit to the music and everything. You guys are joking around a little bit, keeping it loose. How important is keeping it loose to accomplishing the goal that you're trying to accomplish down 3-2?
Yeah, I think you have to. I feel there is a sense of urgency, from our group. But I think there's that balance. And different guys will prepare for the game in different ways. And Marcus, that's just the way that he is. And I do know that when 9 o'clock comes tomorrow, he'll be ready to go. And so will everybody else. But, today in practice was just almost like a normal practice day for us, so, that's usually kind of how our practices go. I don't know if with that much dancing, but kind of that's kind of the way.
Brian on the left.
Yeah. The last couple of games, Wiggins has hurt you guys. Do you feel like you have to win that matchup? Jason or Jalen, whoever it is, has to outplay him? And, how do you just get him back under control?
With who?
Wiggins.
Oh, yeah. No, I think, the way that we're, that we're going to approach this, is, it's more than a matchup. We're not going to get caught up necessarily in that. We're here to win a game, not a matchup. So, for our guys, it's just to continue to make, the right reads and just play. And that's what we're going to do.
Next question here on the left.
Hey, Al. I know a lot of the guys I think look up to you as a veteran player. OG, we hear a lot. How would you gauge this team with its backs up against the wall? I mean, nobody has a ring on this team. Is it desperation time, and does this team play well when it comes right down to it like that?
Yeah. We've been in positions of pressure games like this before. Obviously, never in a final, to your point. But I do believe that there's the way that this team is just too much fight. There's too much fight. There's guys that are just competitive, guys that want to compete, and I'm confident with our guys. I'm confident that they'll come out and that we will respond. Obviously, Golden State's a really good team, but we feel good about our group.
Just a quick follow-up on Celtics legacy. I mean, you're wearing a uniform that's iconic. You think about the guys that have come before you, if you're a history of the game, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, it goes on. Do you allow yourself to think about being able to hoist another banner up to the rafters that you're a part of?
Yeah, I mean, when you're in Boston, when you come to Boston, that's the expectation. That's the norm. And I know that, obviously for many years we were never in this stage, but that's something that's already in, as soon as you put this uniform on, it's something that's expected. And we're aware of that. And it's, we want to be part of that history. No question.
Brandon in the back.
Al, you guys, for me, your back has been against the wall all year, but you've persevered. You've endured. Is there ever a regular season game in your mind where you felt like it just clicked for you guys? Was this a specific game during the regular season where it all came together?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I would say there were a few instances. I think it's been documented that we've talked about when we played Phoenix here at the end of the year in December. But there's also, I felt like there was a game where we played in Philadelphia in February, we that game, the way that we played, and some of the things that we were able to do, really left me thinking. It's like, man, I could see it. I could see our team, being very special. It was just the way that we were playing, the pace that we were playing, how we were moving, the way the game went, and that was another point in the season that, to answer your question, that I felt like we were, that we had a chance to be really special.
Last question here in the middle.
Juan Nova Jr. de República Dominicana. Al, a pesar de que son tus primeras finales en la NBA, pero sí has estado en la NCAA en momentos apremiantes como el día de hoy o en mañana, ¿qué crees que debe de hacer el equipo definitivamente para ganar hoy?
Sí, yo lo que pienso es que, número uno, defensivamente, hemos jugado buena defensa, pero yo siento que nosotros podemos ser aún mejor y siento que tenemos que apretar un poco más defensivamente para ponernos en una posición de ganar. Y en la ofensiva es vital, ya que estamos en este punto y es necesario, el movimiento del balón. Tenemos que mover el balón mucho más y tenemos que jugar con más fuerza ofensivamente. Y es algo que lo hemos identificado muy claro, hemos estudiado mucho el video del último juego y es muy claro que eso es lo que tenemos que hacer y vamos a salir de esa forma para tener mejor resultado.
Thank you, Al.